All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're tackling a really tough health challenge, that deep, dangerous visceral fat. But here's the twist. We're going to explore a fascinating, science-backed approach that's not about what you have to give up. Nope, it's about strategically adding specific foods to your diet to send powerful fat-burning signals directly to your body. So let's jump in. So let me just ask you this. Do you think getting rid of stubborn belly fat is all about what you cut out? The endless calorie counting, the list of forbidden foods. I mean, that's what we've all been told, right? But the latest science tells a much more interesting and, frankly, a much more empowering story. And here's the key. While yes, your overall energy balance matters, you can actually speed up visceral fat loss by adding the right foods. Now, why is that? Because visceral fat isn't just sitting there. It's a biologically active tissue that's constantly listening for and responding to very specific biochemical signals. And those are the exact signals we're going to learn how to activate today. So first off, what exactly are we up against here? Visceral fat isn't the stuff you can pinch on the surface. No, this is the deep, internal fat that wraps itself around your vital organs. This is the dangerous stuff. Think of it like a little rogue hormone factory that's linked to a whole host of serious health problems, from heart disease to type 2 diabetes. Okay, so our first battleground, we're going to fight the fire. We're going to learn how to tame the inflammation that actually allows this visceral fat to grow and thrive. Think of it this way. Visceral fat just loves a chaotic, inflamed environment. It sets up shop and gets comfortable. But when you introduce foods that calm that inflammation down, the fat cells suddenly become metabolically unstable. They lose their grip and they become so much easier for your body to break down and actually use for energy. And this right here, this lays it out perfectly. On the left, in that inflamed state, the visceral fat digs in, acts like that rogue factory, and becomes incredibly stubborn. But look at the right side. In a calm, anti-inflammatory state, that very same fat becomes unstable and way easier to burn. So the big question is, how do we create that calm environment? Well, we do it with this incredible arsenal of foods. Just 2 to 3 meals a week of a fatty fish like salmon gives you omega-3s that go in and directly target inflammation right in the fat tissue. A small handful of walnuts provides ALA, which is another kind of omega-3 that tells those inflammatory signals to just quiet down. And then you have broccoli sprouts, and wow, these things are on another level. They can have up to 100 times more sulforaphane than mature broccoli. Sulforaphane is this amazing compound that basically flips the master switch for your body's own anti-inflammatory defense system. Okay, moving on to our next major target, insulin resistance. This is another huge factor that essentially gives your body the green light to store fat exactly where you don't want it, deep inside your abdomen. So here's what happens. When your cells start to ignore the hormone insulin, your body has to scream louder, right? It just pumps out more and more of it to try and manage your blood sugar. And those super high levels of insulin are a powerful, powerful signal for your body to store fat. The good news? Certain foods can actually help make your cells listen to insulin again, basically reversing that fat storage signal. So what helps with this? First up, avocados. They're just packed with healthy fats and fiber that are fantastic for blood sugar control. Then you have blueberries, which are full of these potent antioxidants called anthocyanins, and studies link those directly to better insulin sensitivity. And get this, dark chocolate. But hold on, it's got to be the good stuff. We're talking 85% cacao or higher. The flavonols in there have actually been shown in clinical trials to improve how your body handles insulin. And speaking of avocados, check this out. A study from the University of Illinois found that women who ate an avocado every single day saw a significant drop in their deep visceral fat. It actually helped move fat away from their organs. I mean, how amazing is that? It just shows you how incredibly targeted these food signals can be. All right, for our third strategy, we're diving into a place that scientists are realizing is a massive control center for our health, and that's your gut. The trillions of bacteria living there are absolutely critical players in this fight against visceral fat. It's pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? You've got this whole universe of bacteria living inside you, a complex ecosystem. And the balance of power in that ecosystem, which bacteria are winning, has a massive impact on your metabolism. It can literally push your body to either store fat or to burn it more efficiently. And this comparison really brings it home. Research shows that an imbalance, where you have more of the fat-storing types of bacteria, is linked to obesity and inflammation. But a healthy gut, where the fat-burning bacteria are in charge, is linked to leanness, less inflammation, and a metabolism that's just geared toward burning fat. The goal is to feed the good guys. So how do we get those good guys on our side? Well, that's where probiotics come into play. As you can see here, when you introduce these good bacteria, they start to tip the scales. They help regulate your entire gut flora, and that kicks off this amazing cascade of positive effects, like promoting fat metabolism, boosting your immunity, and ultimately helping to reduce fat accumulation. It all starts by shifting the balance in your gut. So you might be wondering, does this actually work in the real world? Oh, yeah. In one 12-week clinical study, people who drank probiotic fortified milk lost, on average, 8 to 9% of their visceral fat. Think about that. That's a huge reduction just from one simple addition to their diet. All right, let's bring this all home. This is your action plan, where we put all these pieces together. We'll recap what we've learned and add one last powerful metabolism booster into your toolkit.
And that booster I mentioned? It's green tea.
And that booster I mentioned? It's green tea. Just take a look at these incredible results from a 12-week study. The group drinking green tea rich in these compounds called catechins, which are potent antioxidants, saw a way bigger drop in visceral fat, overall body weight, and even their bad LDL cholesterol compared to the other group. Those catechins really fire up your body's fat-burning engine. So there you have it. This is your complete toolkit. You've got your inflammation fighters, fatty fish, walnuts, and broccoli sprouts. You've got your insulin regulators, avocados, blueberries, and that high cacao dark chocolate. You've got your gut allies like Greek yogurt and chia seeds to feed those good bacteria. And finally, your metabolic boosters, green tea and extra virgin olive oil. See? This isn't a diet of restriction. It's an arsenal of powerful foods you get to add. And that brings me to one last thought I want to leave you with. What if we just stopped thinking about food as only fuel, as just calories in, calories out? What if instead we saw every single meal as a set of instructions we are sending to our body? Instructions that can either build incredible health or promote disease. The power to write those instructions is entirely yours.